Alright, so boom, wagwan bruv. Now, you might have seen this video.
So I was completely taken aback and I thought, okay, this is a typo.
Letters from the CRA suggesting she and her husband might not have been qualified to receive the Canada Emergency Response Benefit.
Or this video.
You can imagine our concern when Paul Manley and the other members of our caucus heard from their constituents last week that they had received letters from the Canada Revenue Agency demanding that they repay CERB payments that they had received in error by the end of this month.
Regarding possible CERB repayment. Some Canadians have been receiving letters from the CRA notifying them that they may not have been eligible for the CERB, the $14,000 total, as they initially thought. Now, despite all the critiques all the parties on both sides deserve, I do have to say that we're doing better than our folks in the States down south, who are still waiting on their second stimulus check. Now, the point of contention is really regarding the eligibility of income, like the 5K mark, right? Now, in this video, I just want to debunk and deconstruct any myths around this topic. So, if you've already filed your 2019 taxes, which I'm sure most of us have by now, and you know the gross employment and net self-employment income of your 2019 taxes is equal or greater than 5K, then you're good. You don't have to worry about receiving the letters. It seems like some people who did qualify also did get the letters for some reason. So that part is pretty straightforward. If you already know that your gross employment or net self-employment income for 2019 is equal to or greater than 5,000, then it's straight. You probably would have the documentation, or you've already declared that income to the CRA and they have that on file. But there's a second part that is kind of a bit more of a gray area. Remember, we were told that if you did not make a total of 5K in 2019, but did make a total of 5K in the 12 months leading up until the April application date, you could still qualify. Now, whether it was gross or net is what we are finding out now is the issue regarding self-employment income. So back then, they did not really specify whether it was gross or net self-employment income. But at the time, they said if you made a total of 5K self-employment or employment income, you could still apply. So for those who did make a total of 5K or more in self-employment and or employment income, you could still apply if you made the total of 5K in the 12 months leading up until the application date, which was April, which is when it was initially open to the public. So the 5,000 12-month eligibility period for CERB comes down to this. If we did not make a total of $5,000 in employment or self-employment income in 2019, but got a spike in income, such as a new job, increased business revenue or YouTube income, and that totaled $5,000 or more between perhaps October and March, then you are good. So if your 5K income was between the latter stages of 2019 and the early stages of 2020, obviously you have not declared that income to the CRA yet, and obviously you may get the letter. Unless in the early stages of last year or even this year, you had a job that already took the taxes out for you, right? If you're self-employed, then this is where confusion may have come about, right? So again, when it comes down to it, is did you make a total of, let's say, 5K within October to maybe March? Obviously, if you're self-employed and you have not declared your income, you may have gotten the letter, right? Because you're not paid taxes. You get your income pre-tax, whereas people who are employed get their income post-tax. Now, I want to go over this letter that it seems that a lot of people got. This seems to be the standard letter that people who qualified or didn't qualify got. Comes down to this part, right? Based on the records we have at this time, we cannot confirm that you meet this requirement. Please review the income types below to see if you meet the eligibility criteria. If you do not meet the eligibility criteria, you will need to repay any CERB amounts you received. So the employment income and self-employment income include the following, right? Gross employment income, such as employment income reported on your T4 information slip, commission income, other employment income such as tips you have declared as income, royalties paid to artists, honorary, for example, small amounts paid to emergency service volunteers, non-eligible dividends earned instead of payment for work, net self-employment income, which is definitely that gray area, and obviously provincial or federal maternity and parental benefits. So, if you're self-employed, it might be in your best interest to declare more income and not claim as many expenses. That might be the criteria here, right? Claim less expenses so that your income can go higher. I'm just saying. Or if you got some income that you got under the table, it might be in your best interest to declare that as well. This is specifically for my self-employed people or people who had some type of income outside of their typical T4 9-to-5 job. Then there's another type of income that they talked about that did not qualify at all. The following types are not employment or self-employment income. Pension income, such as payments from your Registered Retirement Savings Plan, RRSP, the Canada Pension Plan, CPP, or Old Age Security, OAS. Also, disability benefits don't qualify, student loans and bursaries fees don't qualify, family support payments don't qualify, social assistance payments don't qualify, workers' compensation benefits don't qualify, federal supplements, EI, employment insurance earnings, benefit payments such as the Canada Child Benefit, CCB, or Working Income Tax Benefit, WITB, or investment income such as capital gains, eligible dividends, and rental income. Ooh, rental income too? Damn. Let's not take that one in. But essentially it comes down to this. If you have income to declare it, and or claim less expenses on your 2020 income, right? The period, the 12-month period leading up until the April application time, claim less expenses. But essentially, if you have your income on record or you got it under the table, these are things that you want to declare so that you don't have any issues with regards to paying stuff back. I'm just saying. But while you're here, watch some of my past videos right here on how you can reduce your utility bills by upwards of 50% right here. Or watch my other video right here on how you can live in Airbnbs and rent an apartment despite having bad credit or an eviction on your record. But yo, God bless, much love, peace, and joy, namaste, and always remember, if it doesn't feed you, don't water it, and too much of any good thing is good for nothing. How you lot doing today? Say it with me. I'm doing more, saying less, and keeping that same energy. No cap. Flip the script. I'm out. Deuces.
Like centerfold, told me you different, baby, no acting. Haven't you heard of karma?
No jokes, I'm coming through for you. Been a while since I first knew you perfect, no need to change. Only thing that I wish is there was two. I'll